there's our family.
So from left to right, who do we have
That's
there?
Willis over left there.
Okay.
And then Grace, and then Leonel, and then Genevieve, and then that's
Is that
cousin.
You got a flower in your hands there, it looks like.
I surely do. I surely do. And I got long curls.
Yeah.
And white stockings. And high shoes. Oh, that was on our mountain cabin. It was 17 miles outside of Grand Junction. As soon as school was out, we went up there and spent the summer there. And my dad had added that tent. I'm glad to see that picture. I've been thinking about this one. And it had steps going down from there. I remember sitting on those steps and watching when a cowboy came over to visit. And Lena was just dating age. And that's Mama and my dad.
Who's this man over here on the far right there?
He was a friend, a neighbor.
Did they live up near the cabin all the time? And then
No, they lived down, they were neighbors down in Grand Junction.
Oh, so they would join.
And he was crippled, that boy.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, I used to babysit him.
Like polio or something?
Uh-huh.
So that's a tent on the far left. That's actually like a
my
roof.
dad added that for a sleeping room. That's where we kids slept. And this went way down. There's a long, and was fenced all the way around. And the burros used to come in and roll underneath the barbed wire fence
to get
at the alfalfa.
Burros. But I like that picture because you're all holding cats.
Yeah.
Were those cats that were feral cats up there, or did you take those from? How did those?
We
cats...
took our cats up to start them, and we would lose them to the coyotes.
Yeah,
one after another.
I'll say.
We had a great big tree out here. We had a swing on it. That was the outhouse was over here.
On the right.
And we had to walk on the path to there, and it had 2 holes. And Mama feeding the chicken. Wow. One of them's going to be dinner, that's for sure. Mac. Oh, he was the smartest dog.
He looks smart to me.
And Pop would say, Mac, go get your pipe. And he'd go get his pipe. And then he'd say, get up on the chair. And he'd get on the chair, and then Pop would put the pipe in his mouth. And he said, wiggle your pipe, Mac. And he would wiggle his pipe.
What do you mean a pipe? Like a smoking pipe?
Smoking pipe.
Mac would put a smoking pipe in his mouth?
Have him hold it and say, wiggle your pipe, Mac. And he would wiggle it. Hello, Mac, I miss you. He was so smart.
This picture's bad because there's a piece of tape running through it, but is that the car that you guys would go up to the place with?
Yeah, we finally got to a car. We used to go with a horse and buggy before.
So you guys would all load up into a horse and wagon and go up to this cabin on the...
2 horses, Bob and Dolly.
Bob and Dolly. But then you got real modern and got the old combustion engine.
Mama brought that Blue Victor potato patch.
Okay. And again, there's the tent house.
There's our house. And there's our ranch. Came all the way down here. And I remember when Willis and I went on a walk along there. We came around here on the way up, just starting up the hill there. When lightning struck the tree we were just walking under, knocked him down, and it was like a bucket of rocks on my head. I was ahead of him.
So you were actually struck by lightning, you think?
Yeah, he was. He was knocked down. He was just a little kid. He was about 5, and I was about 9 or 8 or 9.
So it just felt like a big heavy bucket of rocks hit you on the head.
We were down here, just starting to go up the hill to the house.
And there's a tree down there?
Yeah, there's a forest here.
Okay, gotcha. So the field is open, but in front of the field is
What is
trees.
that? They look like bushes, don't they?
Well, it says potato patch. So
yeah, it is potatoes. And the potatoes are all in the ground. They have to be dug up each time.
Well, I've grown potatoes myself, and you have to mound the dirt over the plant so that the potatoes form under the ground.
Blue Victor potato patch. You can go to the store and say, I would like some Blue Victor potatoes.
That's true. It's a variety of potatoes.
Blue Victor potato patch. Oh, there's Mac. Oh, you little sweet dog.
It's
a part collie and part, what was the other one?
Yeah, he does look collie. That looks like a sheep herder dog, kind of collie.
And he was a sheepdog.
Really?
Yeah, we'd have him go, get the sheep, Mac, and bring him over here. He would get him, bring him up to the house.
So he could round up all the animals.
He was a smart kid. We brought him to to California, and one night he disappeared. And we don't know if he headed back for Colorado or if he was hit. We don't know what happened to him.
So one day he was with you, and then the next day he was gone, and you never saw him again.
Never saw him again.
So here
that's on the way to the lake.
And that's the buggy and horse thing that you were talking about.
That's a buggy. And that's Bob and Dolly on the horses. And the whole family that's in there. And if it started raining, we would just let those curtains down.
Great. There's your dad on the far left, holding Dolly and Bob. And then is that Willis there next to them?
No, that's the neighbor that was lame and his brother or somebody.
Yeah. And then you guys are in the buggy.
Yeah, there we are. 3 rows of seats. And my dad would be driving. Mama would be up with him. And then the girls and Willis would be in the rest of it. Sometimes Willis would be with Pop driving.
And how many miles away from your regular house was the cabin?
17 miles.
Wow, so you go over hill and dale in this buggy and the horses 17 miles to get to your little cabin.
And at one point I can remember there was a stream. We'd go through the stream and there was a hill. And sometimes we couldn't make that hill in that outfit. We'd have to all get out so that it wouldn't be so hard for the horses. And then we'd go up that hill and then he'd stop and we'd climb in again.
Was it muddy sometimes where you're trudging through the mud? And oh boy.
Fragile looking wheels. One time we were going through a big meadow. It was fenced in and had horses and donkeys and it was fenced. And we had to open the gate and to go through and to close it again. And we got part way through, and one of these wheels got caught on a shrub that was sticking out and broke down. So there we were in there with all those cattle in this fenced-in place. So Lanelle, they unhitched, and Lanelle Pop wasn't in it. It was just the women this time. And so we unhitched the horse, and she got on one of the horses and went to the next town to get help.
That's before the auto club was around.
That was wild country.
So then you had to fix the wheel just to get the buggy working again. Huh?
Yeah. Then she brought back some men. He came and put a new spoke. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Spoke.
But now it was just you women riding around the countryside without...
Yeah, we were going for a ride up to the lake. The lake was 17 miles from us.
Just you ladies, huh?
Yeah, just Lanelle was driving.
That's amazing. Then she had to get on horseback, go get some rescuers. And then the guys came and fixed the wheel for you.
And we stayed in that meadow with all those bulls.
Well, were they bothering you or were they standing away?
They were just eating.
Yeah, that's a good story.
But look at the background and everything.
I bet you it was beautiful up there. Just to, 17 miles in a car is a long way to go. But to go 17 miles on a trail with the buggy and would you take like your food and supplies too when you go up to the cabin? So did you pack on the horses or was there room under the seats or something? Because it looks to me like it's all bodies in there.
Yeah, that's a question.
And then how long would you stay up at the cabin once you guys got up there usually?
Well, we'd stay up there for a month or so, summertime. Pop would go back and forth almost every weekend, and he would go on his bicycle up to a certain point and then walk the rest of the way to our place.
And get supplies and bring supplies?
On his back. Every weekend he'd bring his supplies.
Wow. That's living.
Yep. Oh, there's Mac.
There's Mac.
And Mama.
And Dolly. Look at your mom, though.
Yeah.
Very serious in the saddle. Is there even a saddle on there, or is that bareback?
There must have been a saddle.
Somewhere.
Because you had to have what you call it to get up.
Stirrup.
Stirrup, yeah.
Look at, she's got a rifle, too. That's a rifle across her lap.
And she always had to have a rifle because we had animals coming around our... That looks like me.
You and Dolly and Mac. Mac's holding the reins.
He doesn't look very happy about it. That's Mama, and that's Grace, and that's me.
It's you and Grace with bonnets.
Mama with a hat on. Look at the horse looking back at Pop.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute? I always loved this picture.
Did you guys have a couple of different wagons?
Yeah, we had that. That was a little one that just had 2 seats on it. And that's the one Papa would always use. And Dolly was looking back at it. Isn't that the cutest picture?
Yeah. He's got like a water can or something there in his hand.
Uh-huh. The horse says, "Hey, is that my drink? Bring it over."
So he's wearing a tie. You think he's going to town for something?
Must be Sunday, huh?
All decked out. He's got his hat on. And
Oh, it's
great
kind of
to-
barren around there, doesn't it?
well, and it was also 1920 or so. You know, it was a long time ago.
And that was walking distance from our place. We'd go for a hike there. There's the dog. And there was what would you call it? We called it a wash down here. It's
Right.
quite deep. And we'd slide down that thing on our butts.
Would it get water certain times of year?
Oh, yes. That was the drainage for the mountain.
You can kind of see off to the right there. It looks like a little creek.
It was so pretty up there. Look at
Yeah.
that.
There's Mac again, and then the whole gang up there. Looks like
Yeah, with hats on.
that's great. I wonder who took the picture too, because it looks like you're kind of all there.
Yeah.
Somebody had to be quite a ways away. So that looks like
I see Mama
yeah,
in the middle with that big hat.
and the gloves.
And somebody with overalls over to the left.
Looks like Willis above that person. Looks like your dad and your mom and Mac.
And horse.
Could that have been like coming or going from the cabin then?
Yeah.
Or something? It's a deep canyon there.
Yeah,
Kinda.
that's a canyon.
You
Right?
guys didn't mess around, did you? You guys
No.
were doing some serious,
Hiking. Yeah, that's pretty rugged, isn't it?
yeah, pretty fearless.